Good morning. My name is Rob Thacker. I'm the music director here. It's good to be back. We've been gone for a couple of weeks, but it's good to be back. Please rise, embody your spirit, and join me in singing hymn 123, Spirit of Life, as a gathering hymn.
Waiting for the last. Good morning.
Good morning.
Our opening words are called A Protest and a Party by Hannah Roberts Villeneuve. People sometimes ask, is pride a protest or a party? And the answer is, of course, yes. And why not? Why not rejoice as we resist? Dance as we demand change. Celebrate as we create community that delights in all of who we are. So bring all of that with you this morning. Bring your policy demands, bring your glitter, bring your Supreme Court broken heart, bring your rainbow socks. Bring the emptiness you feel for our siblings gone too soon. Bring your Gloria Stefan remix. Bring your tender hope for change. Bring your most garish eyeshadow. Bring your spirit, tattered and battered by a world that seems insistent on choosing fear and hate. Gather up all these things and bring them here to a place where we don't have to shoulder these burdens or celebrate these joys alone. Come, let us worship together.
Please join me in reciting our chalice lighting by Linda Lee Franson. We light this flame to renew our commitment that no one shall ever again suffer for the right to love. We light this flame to celebrate our kaleidoscope of diversity, working, loving, and living on the side of love. For this, we light this flame.
Again, welcome to St. John's Unitarian Universalist Church. It's a lovely day outside, but you're in here. Take a minute, settle in, and take a deep breath as we transition from entering to being in this space. We recognize and welcome that we are a congregation united in love, even as we are separated in space, and we welcome those in this room, as well as those who join us online. I'm Edie Holder, today's worship associate. If you are here for the first time, or for the 50th, or for the 1000th, you are welcome into this sacred space we create together. As Unitarian Universalists, we are guided not by one particular book, or holy text, but rather by the journey we are on together. We may agree to disagree about many things, but we unite in love for the community and for our fellowship. Each month, we explore one theme and how it applies to our lives and our journey. This month, we are exploring the gift of renewal. The services you hear this month will touch on that theme in some way. We hope you will journey with us for a variety of services and perspectives. No matter who you are, no matter how you love, you are welcome here in our religious community. Please rise as you are able for hymn number 170. We are a gentle, angry people. Please join me in the affirmation written by Bill Schultz. This is the mission of our faith, to teach the fragile art of hospitality, to revere both the critical mind and the generous heart, to prove that diversity need not mean divisiveness, and to witness to all that we must hold the whole world in our hands. And now is the time for joys and concerns. You may come up and select a stone and put it in the bowl, or if you want a spoken joy or concern, please write it on a card and put it on the table.
We put one final stone for all of the joys and concerns of those who couldn't be with us today, and light the candle make a strong attempt at lighting the candle for everything that was expressed and not expressed. I may not have refilled the oil, Edie. We have a one joy online. Melissa Rowland is glad to be connected while apart and grateful that she can watch from home. And we join in that gratitude that we are able to provide service for people with us in the room as well as joining us online. And Renee Finsel says, this is a concern. Renee Finsel says, my sister Rachel has been missing since November 2023 from the Youngstown area. We will keep your family in our hearts.
Yeah, well, you want to take right and I take left? Sure. Okay. Our responsive reading is from Our Common Life is Enriched by the Religious Institute.
They're going to help. So,
And you all are supposed to, well, let's see, right would be, this half reads the R.
somewhere approximately here over.
You divide yourself, and this way is left. So, we are grateful for the gift of our lives and the gift of other people in our lives.
Each of us is created with dignity and worth.
We are called to love one another and to do nothing to others that we would find hateful to ourselves.
We honor the many ways that people live and love.
Our common life is enriched when queer, transgender, bisexual, lesbian, and gay people can come out, sharing the gifts of their sexual orientation and gender identity.
True justice flourishes when all people can live and flourish.
We suffer when LGBTQ people are oppressed, excluded, or shamed by religious people who overlook the fundamental call to love one another.
Love does not exclude. We are all worthy.
May we work to build a world where all people are celebrated and loved.
We celebrate sexual and gender diversity as a blessing that enriches us all. Our story for all ages today is a video. After that, the children are welcome to stay. They can go, anybody who feels like they want to, can go into the chapel. There are coloring pages and, of course, quiet activities to do. This video is called "'Twas the Night Before Pride." I couldn't resist either.
Reading Rocket.
'Twas the Night Before Pride, written by Joanna McClintock and illustrated by Juana Medina. 'Twas the night before Pride, a warm evening in June. All the people got ready with the rise of the moon. All the drag queens brushed their wigs with great care, and the bikers checked their tires to make sure they had air. All across the city, people's outfits were planned and the instruments polished for the queer marching band. My mom told us all we should go to bed early. She's that kind of mom who's more boyish than girly. While Mama finished packing our snacks in a bag, Sammy started chewing on the edge of our flag. As I finished my sign, which I laid on the floor, I remembered the prides I'd been to before. All day we will walk the streets up and down. Pride's one of the best celebrations around. There are floats and loud music and rainbows and glitter. Last year we ran into our babysitter. Tomorrow will be Sammy's first Pride. Can we tell the whole story? I hopefully cried. So we sat on the couch, a mom on each side, and took turns telling the tale of the very first Pride. A long time ago in 1969, there wasn't a Pride March, it was a less fair time. Queer people all over, of each shape and size, didn't have any rights recognized. So much of their lives they had to keep hidden, even their clothing was sometimes forbidden. Stonewall was a place where it was safe to be proud, but police would storm in and say this wasn't allowed. So one hot night in June, people stopped being quiet, they decided to fight and started a riot. More and more gathered to fight back in the heat. Some started a kick line in the middle of the street. Police broke up the crowd night after night, but the people stood strong knowing this wasn't right. And so it began a march that spread worldwide to show everyone it's good to have pride. It sometimes happens we're not given respect. It can take a long time for some to accept. That's why every year we all get together and march in the streets no matter the weather. To know that we matter, to show all we exist, and that any oppression we must always resist. So Pride's not just about tutus and rainbow suspenders, it's about rights for queers and all our beautiful genders. Pride's a day that is crowded, it's a day that is long, it's a day that means, together, we are strong. As I closed my eyes, I thought of Pride's past. Pride means to me, being yourself is a blast. So tomorrow I will march with my family and cheer. Happy Pride to all. It's great my family is here.
Thanks for listening. Don't forget to like and subscribe for regular uploads. If you'd like your own
I'm glad you liked it. I like that too. Each week we set aside time in our service to invite one another to say yes to this congregation, to say yes to what we value and yes to what we do here together. An offering will now be gratefully received.
Our reading is God Went to Beauty School by Cynthia Rylant. He went there to learn how to give a good perm and ended up just crazy about nails. So he opened up his own shop. Nails by Jim, he called it. He was afraid to call it Nails by God. He was sure people would think he was being disrespectful and using his own name in vain. And nobody would tip. He got into nails, of course, because he'd always loved hands. Hands were some of the best things he'd ever done, and this way he could just hold one in his and admire those delicate bones just above the knuckles, delicate as bird wings. And after he'd done that a while, he could paint all the nails any color he wanted, then say, beautiful, and mean it. And our next hymn is number 1024, When the Spirit Says Do. Please rise as you are able.
We'll sing the first verse, do, and then we'll sing, and then we'll clap, and then we'll go back around and do the do again. Yeah? Here we go.
Thank you, that was fun. Is there an ice cream truck outside? We've been trying to get one near our house to come down our street so we can teach this to Addie, but they go right past and too fast for us to catch. As many of you know, it is fascinating to watch a small child grow. At 3 years old, our daughter Ada Lee spends most of her day playing. I've marveled as I watch her turn everyday objects into pretend cake, pizza, ice cream. She's always opening a shop. She plays out scenarios around apple picking or celebrating Christmas, and children experiment with the world around them through play. Play allows them to try out their power. And for Addie right now, this often means directing her parents to play the roles in the games correctly. Play allows children to explore social and emotional responses to situations. Stuffies will get hurt or sick, and children carefully bandage them or create a bed for them. And like many parents, we've noticed there are times when Addie will start to get a little more grumpy than usual and sleep a bit more. When she comes out of it, she's doing even more in play. She's considering things in a new way. She's using words and phrases she's never used before. It quickly becomes clear she's had another developmental growth spurt. As children grow, they are able to see further, understand more, and control more of their body. Adeli's response when faced with these new powers and challenges in her world is to play. Try out something new and play and see what happens. Play helps children understand an ever-changing world, and it helps them and the adults in their lives, let's be honest, find joy. Play is essential to children's lives, and it's essential to adults' lives too. It helps us face radical shifts in our understanding of the world, figure out how to cope with challenges, and understand our power. So why is it so often we consider play something only allowed to kids? There are some things that are too serious to be fun and playful, right? Religion, justice. I won't even touch politics with a 10-foot pole in this sermon. So when we approach big topics like religion and justice, two important and world-shaping parts of our existence, with nothing but a severe and somber attitude, we are robbing ourselves of the life-giving energy provided by play. So let's explore that for just a bit. Play has always been a part of religion. There's a Hindu belief that the universe was created as divine play. I love that, the idea that gods were just playing around one day and, oh, look, people. That we are all an outcome of creative play by the divine. What a freeing idea. If we were created by play, our children grow and learn through play, who are we to ignore it? Cultures across the world and across time have named trickster gods, including Loki, Anansi, and the Monkey King, as a part of their mythology and religion. These gods play tricks on humans or other gods, sometimes for our benefit and sometimes not. And Jewish tradition holds the Sabbath as sacred, preserving a day that allows people to pause, to stop, work, and take pleasure in rest, renewal, and play. Drew Leder, author of Games for the Soul, writes, Muslim Sufis teach through jokes about Mullah Nasruddin, a laughable sage fool. Buddhists practice meditative games of breathing, attention, and joyful presence. Zen teachers poke fun at dogma. As a master of Fang's pronouncement, the Buddha is a bull-headed jailkeeper and the patriarchs are horse-faced old maids. It's a quote. One of the more popular images of Buddha around the world is that of Laughing Buddha. The image honors a Chinese monk who was always known to be happy. In Christianity, there is an image of the Laughing Christ created by a Canadian artist, Willis Wheatley, in 1973 for the United Church of Canada. The image has been recreated many times and in many ways, but reflects a fundamental truth. Christianity teaches that Jesus was fully human and fully divine, so he must have laughed. Other writers have suggested there's further proof of humor in religion. How could one look at the platypus and not consider that the divine has a sense of humor? I was intrigued by Amy Lloyd, who pointed out that Jesus' first miracle was a party trick. Pure fun, wine from water. Look what I can do. It was at a wedding, a time of happiness and connection. So with that for just a second, isn't it fascinating that the first miracle in the stories that we tell of Jesus' ministry was something fun and a little bit silly? In a parable of abundance and beauty and mystery and needless splendor, Jesus' first miracle was joy. And I like the idea of that first one being a playful one of renewal and splendor. Religion's where we get to explore the meaning of life and play with what is sacred. Why wouldn't it include joy and humor? We're doing a disservice to ourselves and our free and responsible search for truth and meaning when we don't explore play. But Reverend Jenn, I hear some protesting. There are many serious issues in the world. Is it right to take time to renew ourselves through play when there's suffering and there is so much work needed to bring about justice? And it's true. There's a lot of suffering. And as Unitarian Universalists, we are called to work toward peace, liberty, and justice for all. And it is Pride Weekend. As our opening reading this morning pointed out, Pride Month. Pride is a protest and a party. Pride is a celebration and a continued call for equal rights for LGBTQ plus folks. A movement that started with a riot and a party continues with parades and celebrations, and infrequently riots. Pride is a call for rights that go beyond simple marriage equality. Pride is a call for a world where families like mine are so accepted that I don't have to consider adoption papers for my daughter just to be sure I can travel with her safely. That's hard for me too. Pride is a call for a world where people of any sex can wear a dress because we've broken the chains of gender that so tightly bind us to expectations. Pride calls for a world that would mean I don't have to shop for boys' clothes to get my daughter shirts that say things like explore more, rather than I kid you not, hot mess. Pride is calling for a world where two people can walk down the street in Texas or Ohio, California or Kansas, holding hands without worrying that who they are will make them a target. My friends, pride is a protest. It's a demand for change, a demand for growth, a demand for acceptance. And it is play. It's a celebration. It's a time for glitter and dancing and singing, a time of rainbow flags and designs. It is a mission lived out. This is what the world could look like. This joy and celebration, this play. In fact, the original rainbow flag that was created in 1978 had 8 colors that stood for spirit, serenity, magic and art, nature, sunlight, healing, life, and sex. And while the pride flags today have taken on different meanings and variety with flags for different groups within the LGBTQ sphere, I love that the original flag was about things like magic and spirit and life. The first flag was intended to be a symbol of joy, celebration, and play. Pride, both the protest and the party, is a necessary time of renewal. In a land where LGBTQ individuals continue to worry about their safety, and LGBTQ families feel like they have to uproot their lives to feel safe, we need time to pause, time to recharge our batteries. And pride parades are a time of joy to remember why we struggle for freedom. Religion and play can walk hand in hand. Justice and play can dance together. And I would argue that to move through life facing the challenges and upsets that are bound to come our way, we need to be able to play. To work for justice in the face of oppression and even sometimes violence, play must be a tool in our kit. How else will we discover our own power? We all knew how to play when we were kids. So many of us forget how very vital it is as we age. Before we close today, I want to offer you some advice from Mary Ann Rodmaker. She teaches adults how to re-engage with play. every once in a while, make no plans. Have the nerve to walk out the door and let the possibilities introduce themselves. Wander, imagine, stare. Be surprised. Parades will find you. Travel in your armchair with a book, on a boat, in your car, in your thoughts, on a bike, or any vehicle that will take you from the walls of your own knowing to someplace other. Other gestures, smells, words, tastes, views. Look upon the world through windows other than your own. Learn to be good company for yourself. A bit of joy passes by because there was no one to go with. A party of one is sometimes the best time. Sometimes, really. Dance by yourself. Anywhere there is room in your house, there is something invigorating, even a bit of magic to music, to movement, to a touch of laughter. Go ahead and dance. Enjoy participating in the unexpected. A little turn of whimsy is a gift. A quick, cool rain shower on a hot, dusty day. Enjoy flowers for no reason. Visit an old friend. Greet a stranger. Tell a sweet little joke in line at the grocery store. What did the snail say as he climbed on the back of the turtle? Whee! Play can happen anywhere. You are the toy. My beloved spiritual companions, find some time this week to seek renewal through play. Play with something that has always been too serious for humor. Dance like no one is watching. Tell silly jokes. Make faces at the mirror and notice the laughing divine with your reflection. Fight for justice through celebration. Rediscover the control you have over your hands and the wonder of your own power. Blessed be. Amen. Happy Pride Month.
Before I get into the announcements, I'd like to add a reflection of my own. Before I discovered UU, my first husband was Jewish, and we went to his uncle's house for the Passover Seder. And I was raised as a good Presbyterian that religion is very serious. No running in the sanctuary, and you're supposed to be, solemn. Uncle Lenny danced through the Haggadah, cracking jokes, and I was just like, what? So anyhow, religion can be fun. So, announcements. Don't forget, Cincinnati Pride Celebration, Parade, and Festival is in 2 weeks. And as they're all in the back of your, on your bulletin, but, please note, and we have donations required for both the Angel Arms and for the yard sale. And Chris Schisler can definitely use your help for cleaning the church while Jeff is out. And if there's anything else, we'll go to the benediction.
Jeff is doing well.
Oh, Jeff, I have an update. Jeff is doing well, so he should be back among us fairly soon. We'll find out. Okay. And the last hymn.
We'll now sing hymn 1028, Fire of Commitment. Please rise and embody your spirit.
May we remember the power of play. May we throw open doors and cast off chains that keep people bound, afraid, and hidden, so that we may live with pride and joy. Go in peace, go in love.